Okay, here goes. Welcome to a final episode of Relationships Are Sacred Ground on The World According to Gwen. Wow, what a week or a few days it's been. To make a long story short, I really do like that phrase, even though I like long stories too. I don't think I'm going to do any more of these about everything that has transpired between me and the mate over the last few months. You know, it really kind of started to weigh very heavily on my conscience. That's what it did. It's starting to weigh very heavy on my conscience, and I can't have that. Meaning, what if he viewed these as being like exceptionally hateful, or like so much for the sacredness and things? Most people think of sacred as private, and understand me clearly, I absolutely believe in the sacredness of relationship. And because I was so close to losing my mind in a way that I was afraid might actually become permanent, was part of why I started all these. And I love the fact that they haven't had that many views, and that if I want to, I can just take them all away and then poof, it's gone. The reality also being that I have done it. It has cleared up a lot of things in my head, not everything. And I didn't say anything too hateful or terrible or anything like that, you know? I feel like I owe a small amount of full disclosure. Over the past week, I had tried to communicate with the mate. It might seem wrong for me to call him that, but he has not responded at all in any way. There are things in my heart that are still very unresolved. Yeah, I don't have a problem talking bad about myself usually. I still cry every day. Going to bed is probably the worst time. And I've been a little bit floored by some different things from different people. And for instance, I talked with a girlfriend today that I've known 25 years, who knows me pretty well. As I was telling her what happened, she said, well, it sounds like at least it was good catalyst for some things, and it has been. Don't misunderstand me. It has been a good catalyst. And if somebody had told me that in order to catalyze these things that have occurred to me, that it meant the loss of a relationship with him, I never would do it in half a heartbeat. And it made me realize in my conversation with her and what she'd said that some people, they really are all about themselves, which is a delicate subject. And that kind of like go along and roll with the punches and, you know, oh, it was catalyzed and now I do this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. No way. Like, that's not what human relationship is. I don't believe that's what human relationship is about. And that's a part of me that I hope never changes. So, you know, I'll tell you straight, I'm going to send this last video to him. I don't know if he'll watch it or not, but in wrapping all this up and sending it off, I think it's probably just going to be best if I talk it out to him. I honestly and truly do not know what you're going through right now. All I know is what I've been through. There's a lot of people coming around right now, so there's a lot of background noise. How about that? It doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Let me try that again. I got no idea what's going on with you right now. All I know is what's happened to me and some of the changes that have occurred. I would never in all my life do something that would put my relationship with you in danger. Never. I've been kind of back and forth in my mind about, well, did we actually share something or not? And that's kind of bothersome to me. But I figure time will tell. I can't wait to talk to you. I have different imaginings of how I might run into you sometime in the future. Some of them are a little bit terrifying to me, like you might go, "Hi Gwen, this is so-and-so, my wife and child," or something like that. And that is a treacherous, bitter pill for me to have to swallow. But I also recognize this is life and things happen. I don't really think that that's gonna happen, but in a lot of ways I figure that's the worst that could happen. I'm not asking for the worst ever. Just looking into the pretty white light, that's all. I'm thinking about how you came into my life, and thinking about how you went out for now, and if I thought that there was a way or a thing that I could do that would bring you in. No matter what it was, I'd probably do it. Yeah, I left that little probably word in there because I'm sure you heard it. But yeah, I probably would. And I think about that, and I think that maybe you might say, "Oh, well, you have a weak ego." And I remember you telling me that originally and thinking to myself, well, actually, I kind of take that as a compliment because I learned about ego as eases God out. And if there's anything that I want more of in my life, it's the maker. What to do with it, how to use it wisely, being entrusted, recognizing that what the Lord gives, the Lord takes away. That's a whole nother subject in and of itself. And that's kind of actually how I've thought a little bit about you. And you know what? I have thought so much about the some conversations that we've had about I don't know what they call it, if they call it the triune or the Father, Son, Holy Ghost type, the Trinity type of thinking, and then about the Mother. And how did I hear it said? The Mother Goddess, I call Sophia. Some say, the other says Sophia. I don't care what they call it. All I know is that what that is real, and it's set me to a point that has listening to some things almost a little bit unbearable, and at the same time spirit is spirit is spirit is spirit is spirit, and that's what it is, and that I know to be true. So I try to not get too particular about what vein or branch people approach spirit by, because I don't want to be hateful or hurtful towards anybody. And also can't deny the brainwashing that's gone on for so long. And for that I thank you. Yeah, there's some things I just don't have words for. So, I won't do any more of these about you. There are some things that I have thought about doing, but I wouldn't do them without you, I don't think. And I meant with regard to all the different materials that got uncovered between us. I was going to say thank you. And yeah, and I love you. And I have love for you. And I always will. That's what I got. And that wraps up all of this up. It sounds nice and pretty right now, but believe me, oh my God, what there's been underneath it. Meaning inside of me. Wow, that's what I could say about that. Wow. So, next thread, I don't know what that's going to be about, but I guess time will tell. Have a great day.